welcome to the Hendrickson Outdoors YouTube channel. This is our first video, and my name is Maddie, and I'm really glad that you guys are here with me today. So just a kind of little debrief of kind of what we're going to be doing on our channel. My fiance and I, his name is Tyler, but he's at work right now, and I'm just home, so I wanted to film our first YouTube video to post for you guys. So on this channel, we're going to kind of be doing a lot of different things. We're going to do a lot of videos of like playing this game, which is so fun, and I highly recommend it if you have a PC, downloading it. It's free to download, and it's just so much fun. So I highly recommend downloading it. Along with that, we're also going to be taking you guys along with us when we go fishing in real life, not just on the video game. And you guys will get to learn our favorite tips and tricks for catching catfish, gar, carp, everything of the sorts. And so yeah, here in April, actually, we will be going out to the Missouri River to do some fishing, to start off our fishing season this year, because in Nebraska, we have just not had great luck at all for ice fishing season. We have been able to go out twice this year, and that is it, because the lakes have not been froze ever since then, and it's too cold that no fish are biting. So, yeah, so come April, you guys will get to come along with us to the Missouri River, so get excited for that video coming here in a few months. But today, we are going to be playing this fishing game to get this channel started and up and rolling for you guys. So today, I am at San Joaquin Delta fishing at the Fishing the Beaver spot, which is this little spot right here. Here soon, I will be doing a video just kind of going over this entire lake, finding you guys all of the good spots to catch all of these fish. Bluegill, haven't really had any. All these fish that I have not caught is because I haven't gone for them. But so far that I've been here, I have been going for the white sturgeon. They are so fun to catch. They are so easy to catch. They are an easy money maker for this game, and they get you XP very quickly. So today we are going to be doing some white sturgeon, white catfish, and going for some common carp. I have already gotten my spot set up. I have 2 rods out already. I have actually already started fishing before I even started the video. Right now, I am at $26,000 that I have made from just this one spot that I've been at. And I kind of went around a little bit in some different spots, just trying out some different things for that future video for you guys. So caught a few striped bass, a 16-pound one. Got a lot of sturgeon, got a 53-pound sturgeon out here that was almost $4,000, you guys. So, you know, just catching a whole bunch of different things out here. Got some new trophy common carp, smallmouth bass, striped bass, white catfish, you know, all the things. So yeah, we are up to $26,000, you guys, for 370 pounds of fish, and all of my money basically has been from these 2 big striped bass and then all of these white sturgeon. And that is all. I caught all of these sturgeon at this spot, and the white bass I caught over here at below the Critton Dam. So if you are a bass fisher, I highly recommend this spot. But if you want to go for sturgeon and get that anxiety rush going of constantly getting bites, highly recommend this spot, or even this spot. This spot's pretty good too. This spot, though, is definitely the one to go for. So let's go ahead and get into the game. So as you can see, I have 2 rods out right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the time. So right now it is 6:45, so we are about to be at the peak of this, and somehow my bait was pulled too far. The fish is gone. It's probably this one. So let's Go ahead and reel this in and just recast it. So, this spot right here at this one, this is my carp spot. I'll go ahead and pull up the map here for you guys to kind of show you all of my different spots that I got going here. So, these are my spots. So this one is where I caught a big 42-pound sturgeon. Let's see if I can mark my last fish. Yep, so there's a 47-pound sturgeon. They're both in this area. So definitely the sturgeon spot right there. This is my carp spot right here. I've also caught a few white catfish right there. This is another sturgeon spot. This is just, you know, I've caught a few good red ear sunfish in this area. This is my bass spot over here. That's this one. And then over here, caught another really good striped bass over there. So, caught a good sturgeon here as well. And I go ahead and get back in here. And my carp rod is already going off. So, we're going to go ahead and pick that baby up and reel whatever is on here in. And let's see what we got, folks. Looks like we just got a little white catfish. A new personal record. But it's pretty small. And these ones I feel like are just a lot more fun fish rather than actually trying to make any money off of them or any XP. Just because they don't. I have not caught. That's the biggest one I've caught is a pound. But that spot goes down to about 4.5 feet, a little more than 4.5 feet. Let's go ahead and get my small cut bait out. So that marker over there, if you guys can see that, we'll go ahead and cast this one out there. That one goes down to about 2.5 feet, and my carp rod is going again. And whatever we got, it's of decent size, so once I get this fish in, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick peek back at that time, just to see kind of what we're looking at here. We got another common carp, 6 pounds, pretty good, about 400 bucks. Okay, let's go ahead and take a peek at the time. So, I'd say at about 8 is when it's really going to start dipping down, and we are just now getting to the peak. So, I say once it gets to about 8:30 or so, if we aren't getting any more bites around 8:30, I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to 9 p.m. to get back up to this peak. And yeah, just so then we can get a good amount of fish coming in. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we're at right now. So we're at 26,000 right now. Let's go ahead and cast out my leeches. I'm going to go ahead and throw these ones. Just kidding. Because my carp rod is going. Small little white catfish again. A new personal record of 1.658 pounds for only 68 bucks. So yeah, these fish are definitely not trophy or money winning fish. They are definitely just more of a time filler, I would say. They're definitely a time filler for me. Let's see. Let's get my leeches back out and hope I can get this casted out before my carp rod or any other rod gets hit again. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this bobber right out there, right where all these are getting hit, just to see if I can get a bass or something out there. See what we can find. And my carp rod is getting hit again. Yep. A 6-pound common carp is not too shabby. Go ahead and get this casted back out there. And we're going to cast it as far over here as I can, close to these weeds. And I want to make sure that I keep that rod that I got over there in my view so that I can see it, just because it doesn't have a bell like the other two rods do that I can hear when it goes off. And when those go off, you guys will be able to hear it too and know what I'm talking about. But that middle rod does not have a bell, and I can't put one on it, sadly. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Just going to kind of debrief over this game a little bit for any people who are new to it. So over here on the right side of my screen, we have that long, like, rectangular box with all the light gray lines going up the top. So, fish on. And that shows you strike timed out, which is so funny because that I literally got the fish, but okay. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and cast this back out there. So, that bobber, I just have to watch that bobber from once it really starts jigging and then gets pulled down under. But yeah, so just keeping an eye on that. But that rectangular box right there, that shows you how hard the fish is pulling. So once you do not want that to get all the way to the top and it'll flash red, because that'll break whatever you have off of your line and just could mess up your line, anything like that, you know, and you won't get the fish. Along with that, on the right side, there is percentages next to all those different things. So the top one is my line, the middle one is my rod, and the bottom one is my reel. That shows you how much wear and tear is on your equipment. So as you can tell, this fish is not fighting very hard. This rod can easily pull this fish in. So we got a white crappie. But yeah, and then also, so those percentages just kind of tell you like how much wear and tear you got on your equipment. Up in the top right corner tells you what is on my rod. So I have a hook number 1 with leeches, and that little number above the leeches with the picture is how many I have in my backpack. So I have 31 leeches in my backpack right now to use for bait, and once those run out, then I don't have them anymore and I'll have to go to the store and buy them. Down on the bottom right hand side of your screen, you can see those 4 arrows, and that tells you how fast you're reeling. So if I scroll my mouse, it'll increase or decrease that speed. The dial is the amount of drag that I have, and so I can, you know, subtract, minus that. But where I have my drag set at is the perfect, like where it's exactly where it's supposed to be for this rod. Those numbers next to it, so I have casted out 125 feet of 455 feet of line that is on this rod. And then as you can see, when I'm reeling in, that number obviously decreases because you are reeling the rod in. But yeah, so just kind of giving you guys a little debrief of that right side of my screen there. Got a little white catfish. That's fun. And then up on the top left side of my screen over there, we have my username at the top, my level. Below that is the time and the day that I am on. So in this game, you do have to pay per day at the lake that you're at. So this lake is the original cost is $9,800 for the day to fish here. Once you pay that $9,800, it is an additional $2,000 per day. Oh, just a little baby. It is an additional $2,000 a day. Oh man. Here we go. We got our sturgeon on, folks. And as you can hear that bell ringing, it is a little loud. Over on the right side of my screen, the top right, you can see what I got on this. So I got a large cut bait with a 5/0 hook, and then a 4 1/4 ounce sinker on that line. I got 46 large cut bait. But yeah, my middle rod is going berserk right now. And just because I know that the carp or a catfish, whatever is on that rod, is not going to be worth as much as this sturgeon is, I'm just going to leave that rod alone. And if the fish strikes in at the top, once it strikes out, you guys will see that come across the top of the screen. It'll say strike timeout, and it'll tell you the reason why you lost the fish. But yeah, and there's also other players in this game. You guys cannot interact with each other, but you can see what they caught. So that guy just caught a 48-pound white sturgeon. And again, if you look up in my top left part of my screen, like I was telling y'all, it tells you the temperature outside, the temperature of the water. So the water right now is 59 degrees. There is a east 1.8 mile per hour wind. And then right below that, it says Fish Castle L, which is my keep net that I have all my fish in. The max weight of a fish that I can put in there is 110 pounds. But the overall weight that I can put in there total is 440 pounds. Right now I'm at 390. Once I get this fish in, I am going to take a look at the time, because it is 7:41, and at about 8 is when it really starts to dip down for the time. So right there up at the top, you guys see strike time out. Fish escape because of low line tension. But the nice thing about a carp rod is that when a fish escapes due to low line tension or anything like that, your bait actually does not get stolen unless it tells you that up at the top. One of my rods, like with a cut bait, if I were to miss a bite on that, 9 out of 10 times your bait gets eaten or stolen. One of the two, it'll tell you at the top, so then you have to reel that rod in to be able to recast it with a new bait on it. But yeah, he's putting in one last little good fight. We'll see what he is once he gets in here. What he is going to pay. Here we go. 42 pounds, 57.7 inches, and $2,974. Let's go ahead and look at the picture for that for you guys, just so that you guys can get a good idea of kind of how big these fish are. All of those are right there within that area. So we're just going to go right there, right in the middle. And just go ahead and cast that baby right back out. Let's see how deep that spot is. That's 13.8 feet. We're going to go ahead and reel in my bobber really quick. And something must have hit my bobber because that moved. And then we're going to go ahead and reel in this. But yeah, so these are the fish that I've caught thus far. Pretty good, y'all. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at the time. So right now we are at the about 8 o'clock time, which is about right there. So it is just going to slowly continue to decrease as the time moves on. I'm going to give it till about 8:15 to give me another bite. And if I get another bite, I'll stay till 8:30, so on and so forth. If I don't get a bite in that time, we'll go ahead and fast forward it here to this time. So we're going to go ahead and throw my leeches back out there. I like my bobber and line to have a little bit of tension in it. I don't like it when it's slack like that. But honestly, you can do whatever is like easiest or best for you. This game is really customizable. You get to customize all of your rods, which is great. Which actually, before I fast forward time, I'm going to go ahead and reel this guy in. And then reel in my far left rod. And I'm going to go ahead and change that bait that I got on there, just to give you guys a little bit of an example of kind of what I'm talking about. So we'll go ahead and reel in that small cut bait. And this one's on a 1/0 hook with a 3.5 ounce sinker. And then, so once you go here, you can just go to your inventory. And I'm currently on that small cut bait 1. I'm going to go ahead and change this to the spawn sacks, which is great for trout, salmon, sturgeon, lennox, Japanese anchovy, medium lightweight. Yep. So, and it's great for steelhead as well. We're going to go ahead and throw that on there. And I'll just give you guys a little peek at what I got on all my other rods as well. So this one I got my small minnows. But I'm going to go ahead and change this to we're going to go ahead and put a crawdad on this one. Okay. And we'll just go back to our map, press escape. Go ahead and get this one casted out over here. And we're going to go ahead and reel in that middle rod and get our crawdad rod out. Oh, there may be a fish on. Didn't even know. Another white catfish. Good little catch. We're going to go ahead and change to this bottom sniper with the crawdads on it. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this one over here. And see what we can get on the crawdad. That one sank about 14.7 feet. So, we'll go ahead and let those sit. We're going to go ahead and, we are already fast forward the time, but we're going to go ahead and forward the time to there, to about 9 p.m. right at that peak time, and see what we can get here. I'm also going to go back to my inventory and go find my crankbait. Gonna throw on my nighttime crankbait and just go ahead and have a little bit of fun while I wait. Well, change of plans. We have a sturgeon on. And I got another rod going. I'm going to go ahead and drop this one and hook this guy really quick. And then I'm going to go back to this one. Go ahead and try and bring him in real quick. No! Keep lynching on the line. We're going to bring this guy in real quick. £38 sturgeon, 54.2 inches, 2,600. And my keep bait, like my catch net, is full. I'm gonna go ahead and come in here and release some of these lightweight fish, just enough to get under. There we go. We are now under. Let's go ahead and reel this one in and recast, since it got moved a mile from where it's supposed to be. And now it is just the waiting game. There we are. We got two going. I'm going to go ahead and go for the left one and see what we can get on this side. Damn. Both of my rods are going. I want to try and get this one in and go for my crawfish rod. Got another sturgeon. We're going to go ahead and get that crawfish rod. Reel that sucker in. We got a little white catfish off that rod. So we're going to actually go ahead and go to our map here and mark that last one that we just got. There's my spawn sack. We are only going to have 2 rods out because that was freaking crazy, guys. I'm at 421 pounds. We're going to go ahead and fix this rod, since it got moved a mile. Let's see what we're at for money. We're up to 29,000. And as you can tell, we just got absolutely smacked real hard right there. And this guy next to me, he's got a few poles going too. He's got the one in his hand he's fighting and the one on the far right that's also going. You got a 50-pound white sturgeon. That's pretty awesome. And this sturgeon does not want to come in. He just wants to hang out there. Let's see if we can get him in. $43-pound white sturgeon. $3,000. In the hole. We're going to go ahead and go back to our maps really quick and add that marker for that last fish. And we are at 462 pounds, y'all. And I haven't even got to the peak yet. What are we at for money? 32,000. We're going to go ahead and release this guy. And release him. Just so we have an opportunity to catch one more sturgeon. To try and get more money because sturgeon pay a lot. We're going to go ahead and change our crawfish to a... let's try some duck muscle meat. Let's see how that works out for us. We're going to go ahead and throw that one right there. So we are at the peak right now. Once it hits 11, it'll be a downslope. So fingers crossed we can get one more fish to end this video off on a good note. Let's hope. Alright, y'all. Well, waited a few minutes and we now got a hit on the duck muscle meat. It is 10:29. Just kind of had to chill and wait patiently till we got a hit. So finally got one to fill our basket. Well, let's see if we can bring this big boy in. He's definitely a good fighter, so it's a good sign. Wow. A 29-pound trophy common carp on the duck muscle meat for $2,000. Y'all. That was a weird catch. I could have swore that that was a sturgeon. It was not, though. I got a common carp that was worth more than one of my sturgeon. Y'all, that is crazy. But regardless, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so then you can get notified when we post our next video. Our next video, I am probably going to try out a new lake for you guys that I haven't even fished at, just to see what we can get. Find the good spots on that lake, find the best bait to use, and everything else. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, so then you can be notified when that video comes out. I love y'all. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.